What y'all doing in the living room cabinets? Oh, you want to style some shelves? Okay, let's do it. Let's go. So this is the current state of the shelves. As you can see, they look fine, but I think we can do better. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I am going to remove everything off of the shelves to make sure we start with a clean slate so we can stand back and look, okay? Let's do that. Now let's clean off the other shelf. This is where I hide toys from my son, like this slingshot. So let's try it with one of these shelves out. And y'all don't be afraid. We can always put it back if we hate it.
Look, open it.
Oh, let me see. It's water in there. I don't want to open it. So I took one of the shelves out. And look, it left like white, I guess, residue or dust or chalk. But I wiped it off. We're going to wipe it off again. But look, we got a good starting point. Now, if we end up doing this, I may bring this top shelf down a little bit. But I just want to change the way that it completely looks. And now we're going to do the same thing with the other side. So let's do that side and see what it looks like. Same thing over here. Okay. Now, and it just might give my built-ins just like a completely different look for the winter time. And the reason I'm just thinking about this, the reason I'm going to leave that top light up is because I want the light to shine on whatever I do. Yesterday I ran to Target and I got some wallpaper and I'm not totally committed. So let's try it. We're going to tape it to the wall and see what we can do with it and to see if we like it or not. Don't freak out. Y'all know I'm one that hates color, but it's not like a hard color. So we're going to see what it kind of looks like, what it feels like in there. And if y'all see me looking over to this way, I'm looking this way because my baby is right here on the patio playing with his water table. And y'all know when you have a 4-year-old, whenever they get quiet, you want to look. Anyway, that's real life of making a video. So this is the wallpaper I got from Target. So it's a pattern, but it's a warm pattern for the wintertime. So it's the peel and stick wallpaper. So if we hate it, we can always take it down. But a little hack is take you some 2-sided tape and tape it to the space that you want it to go in so you can see kind of what it feels like or what it looks like before you commit. So I'm going to stick this 2-sided tape up there and I am going to stick that up there to see if I like the way that it looks, okay? Now, standing back looking at it, I'm not completely mad, okay? I'm not. If I go with something that has movement around the TV, and I'm going to stand you guys back so you can see a little bit more, but if I go with something with movement around the TV, everything else will be quiet. So we don't have to be afraid that it's going to be kind of too busy. I'm going to try it on the other side too to see if I like it or not. I prefer to live in a home for a little while to see exactly what the home needs before I start like changing too many things. So we've been living in this home about 3 years now, and I'm just starting to do a lot of this stuff because I wanted to see like how we function. Do we sit in this room? If we do, what do we like to do in this room? You know, and so with that, I gave myself a little bit of time. So that's why you guys will see me decorate right now. So we're trying wallpaper. I'm not fully committed, okay? I'm not 100. So what I'm doing right now, I went to Target, y'all, and I got these wine color dry leaves, and they were $14 for a hearth and hand. But I got these because I want a wine color for the holiday, and not purple, not burgundy, wine, okay? There's a big difference. Y'all see it? It's a very dark purpley color, but I had a vision that in both of these shells I would have that wine color as a pop. And it's the closest thing to black I can get in another color other than brown, okay? It was a wine color. So we're gonna try it in these vases that I had from Home Goods. I just set one of the vases up there so we can see how it looks before I commit to this paper, because it may look better white, so we'll see. Let's play around with it. And when I'm doing all this stuff, I kind of like to kind of stage my stuff a little bit for myself so that I'm able to kind of see what I like and what I don't like before I open all this stuff, because I can always exchange it. And I kind of wanted this stuff to kind of have like not a neatness to it, but to kind of flow out of the pot a little bit. So that's why I got multiples, because I wanted it to look wider than it actually is going to be. And I'll play with that a little bit more. But I had a vision that it would kind of be larger than the space, and that will be the focal point for the holiday, would be this little dried stuff. Y'all, he's taking a slingshot that I hid up there, and he is banging it on the table. So if y'all hear some banging, that's what he's doing. But he's outside, so it's okay. And I got another piece, and I'm gonna stick this piece kind of in the middle. And I don't want it to look like a planned floral arrangement. And so that's why I'm kind of using 3 different pieces to give it like a natural look. Y'all, this stuff always make me sneeze. Do floral arrangements always make y'all like nose itch or something? I don't know. Every time I use this kind of stuff, it makes my nose itch. But yes, so, and y'all see, it's not like I'm not committing to serious color, but I'm giving you a little bit to say, hey, it's just a tad. It's just a little boop, okay? Just a boop. You see how dark it is? I love it. And y'all, if we end up liking it, then I'll take the bunches apart. But I like the way that kind of looks. I like the way that it's giving, but it's not giving at the same time, because I don't want it to give me too much. I don't really like too much, but I like the contrast of that. It's giving me a little color without giving me too much color. Can y'all see? And I knocked the stuff down, but here's the pot without adding the wallpaper. And I like it with, and I like it without. I gotta take a break because I'm tired. So now I'll put something red in that as well. I may bring that top shelf down, like I said. I think it might look better, but we're playing with it, y'all. And we're gonna do it. And plants, remember, if you're gonna do any type of greenery or anything, it needs to be at a level that you can reach it, unless it looks too fakey. Because if you had to water something, you wouldn't put it up high. You would put it kind of like eye level. So that's what I'm doing right now. Y'all, I'm winded. I'm tired. Okay, distracted by a lot of things. So the one thing I did not like, when I look at these shelves, I saw so much movement. I saw a group in here, group in there, group. And I was like, I like it, but not as much as if it was, excuse me. But they got something on them that's making me sneeze. So my sister came over and was arranging them. Yeah, it's like something like that. Okay, y'all. I decided on these mirrors right here. Let's take these home and try them because they're the right size. Y'all, It's 9 o'clock at night, and I just left Home Goods. I just got 2 mirrors to see if the mirror would look better than a piece of artwork on those shelves. I also went to Home Depot and I got some paint. So we're gonna try it. So y'all, I tried to find arch mirrors last night, and any other day, Home Goods, when I go to Home Goods, they have 1,000 mirrors. Well, last night they only had 2 mirrors that would be appropriate for the space. And I think I needed something to kind of like reflect light, because my living room, you see, it's not a whole lot of light that comes into this living room during the daytime. I have shutters on my doors that came with the home, and they're so beautiful that I would not want to remove them. So I just have to add light in other ways in this particular room. So I'm going to eventually add light by opening the front door. I love the front door as it is, but I would like more light to come in from the front door. So I'm going to do an open pane kind of look soon, but we'll get to that. Y'all saw the front door on the last video, but did you watch the front porch video? Okay. If you didn't, go back and watch it, okay? Just watch the front porch video. So what we're gonna do right now is I am going to try the mirrors that I got from Home Goods. And guys, remember, style is a personal thing. And don't get caught in what we see. Y'all remember back in the day when we didn't know what other people's homes looked like and we would design around what we liked? You remember those days? Now I see us doing the same thing that we see on like Instagram and all of that, and forgetting what we like. And style is personal. So make sure you add pieces that you love. If you love mirrors, do mirrors. If you love plants, do plants. Like, that's what makes style so beautiful, and that's what makes things that we see on TV so beautiful, because it's not the same, and we're not all the same. So I'm gonna try some mirrors here, and I don't want you guys who love built-ins to be upset with me. So what I'm gonna do, I see the little 2 hooks on the back, so I'm gonna get some blue painter's tape, and I am going to measure this using blue painter's tape. And I like to do the exact width of the picture, like that. And then I am going to take a marker and mark the back of this so we'll know exactly where we should make our little pinhole in the wall. Our tape. And we have our 2 marks where the pictures line up. And we can actually use this tape twice. You don't have to do another piece. And you just want to stick it in the spot where you're going to put the holes, so you can see like kind of how you want the mirror. And I want this mirror to go about right here, because I want it to be a little bit higher than my flower that I plan to put in front of this. So I want the mirror to come up a little bit, okay? Okay, so I like it. So far, so good. The mirrors were a beast to hang, but it's just because it was in like a cove. And I'm so glad my husband was here to help me. So now I am going to put the flower arrangements with the eucalyptus, and it's like a wine color. I'm gonna put the eucalyptus back in. And last night when I went to Hobby Lobby, they had eucalyptus, but they had it with a hint of orange in it. And I was like, oh, that might be nice to counteract some of that wine color. So I have two books. I have my Tom Ford book and this other little book. So guys, I'll always go to the thrift store and find nice books with covers on them. This Tom Ford book, I was a victim of Instagram and it made me order this. However, the other books look just as good. Like I got this horse book and all that. These books are heavy. So I'm going to put them down and we're going to put the stuff on top. So guys, I like this with the new pieces in it. And you see how it gave it like a wispier look. I like that. So that was 2 bundles. And I like the wispier look here. So I added some eucalyptus. This is like a wine color eucalyptus and then they had a little bit of orange in there, but that kind of goes on with the like wood tones and the leathers that I have. So I really like that. Y'all see the different colors in it? So I like that. And you see how the light is going to be reflected from this little piece up here. Now, let's do the same thing on the other side. So, y'all, the Tom Ford book came with a case over it. I took the case off, and I'm using it as an extra book to add height and balance to the other side. So you see how I added 3 on that side, and I'm going to add 3 on this side. Y'all, these 4 bundles, they are kind of expensive. You hear me? I had no clue that they were going to be, they were $10 each. And that was cheap. So I'm going to put them in the vases. And again, I'm just spacing them out so I can get that whimsical look. And I'm not going to take the rubber band off because I still want them to have some control. There we go. That already like added some life to it. Because when I bought just the bundles from Target, I was like, ooh, these are kind of skimpy. So I had to get more, guys. And those vases, they were on clearance at Home Goods. And I love to get vessels and things like that because you can use them for so many things. And next summer, I can change them to a different color, to black. And this year, I'm just going to leave them the color they are because I don't know what I'm going to do for the winter time. But I'm going to tell you it's going to have something to do with this color. But yeah, I'm just going to leave it like it is for now because they're nice concrete or, you know, clay. I don't know if it's clay or concrete, but they're super heavy. They got to be at least 30 pounds each. There we go. Yes. And I wanted it to be full and have a little control, but kind of like naturally do what it's supposed to do. I like the way that looks. And it takes up the entire spot. So far, so good. And look how calming that is. And it's just different from what it used to be. So I like that. So whenever I'm decorating, I try to add, you know, not just, so since we don't stay in the model home, even though I love my home to look like a model home, since we don't live in a model home, I try to put touches of human life. So we have the softness from the florals. Now we're going to take some of the brass that I like to work with. I want you to see it here. So I'm going to take some of the brass objects that I have and we're going to place them around. And then I'm going to place something with human life. So like a picture. So I'm going to put brass, something that is human life, and then something that's shiny. And I still try to use the method of threes. So you see I have the two pictures, that's the human life. Then I'm gonna soften it up with some wood baskets. And you guys know I love baskets because I like to keep things in here. This is some extra like puck lights I have. And so I hide them in the little baskets. Now I'm going to add some type of light over here. So either a candle or something on this side. And I buy my candles in black little containers so I can use the containers over if I want to. Little tip of the day. And then for my threes on that side, my little candle cutter, snuffer, and all of that, I'm gonna add that to the other side over here. And as you can see, I'm mixing the metals. I like my brasses, but sometimes I like golds too, so I mix them. And so that's the threes for this side. So I have 3 things here and 3 things there, and you notice the height of the threes there. So, and as you can see, it kind of gives it a little bit more balance when it's, you know, this top, and then you have the things on the bottom. All right, so I went shopping around my house and I found more pictures. So I'm gonna use this picture. And y'all, today I went to Walgreens and I printed out some more pictures because I realized that I don't have a lot of pictures in like small frames. I only have them in like big frames. So I printed out some 4x6 and some 5x7 photos. So I'm going to change some of that stuff with you. Y'all, my stuff falling. Hold on. But yes, so I'm going to change out some of that stuff. But here we go. Let's decorate this side. And we're going to use the same concept of balance. So we're going to add human life again with photographs. And I'm going to find another one. But I have this little plate or pedestal. So I like to sit stuff on top of that. So I'm going to sit that on that side. Then I have these little storage boxes, and I keep telling y'all, get storage boxes because you can hide stuff in it, especially if you have kids. So like I could put my lighter to light the candles or any of that in these little storage boxes. So this little spot right here by the door, I've been trying to find something to go there. So the other day, my sister went to the thrift store and she found this little thin cabinet. So we're gonna try this thin cabinet and see if it'll work right here. These are my little Tommy Bahama shells. I really like those. They add like a little bit of warmth to me. And so I want to keep them, but now I want to try this little piece. And guys, I love to take pieces and give them new life. And I think this piece was like $10. Like, it was really cheap. So I went to Amazon and I ordered some little legs. So I'm gonna see if these legs will work. They're a little bit golder than I expected, but I can also use my rub and buff, or I can spray them later. But for right now, I think they'll work. Okay, so we'll try these legs, and I got 4 of them, and I think they're like $10, not expensive at all. And then I ordered some knobs because the piece has white knobs on it, and I'm gonna show y'all. And y'all see how I still gotta take down my son's birthday stuff. You see, that's birthday stuff out there. Don't look out there. Pay attention to me, okay? Pay attention to me. So the piece fits. And look at it, y'all. It's just a little thin little cabinet, but it fits perfectly right there. And you see how thin it is? Now let's take and change some of this hardware off of it. And let's put some feet on it. Those are my little furniture movers that I got last week. Y'all remember I told y'all about those? It makes stuff so easy to move. And when I brought this piece in here, I really like that it was a different color than all my other black pieces. So we're going to see when we update the hardware, can we make it work? So I'm going to take my little handy dandy screwdriver. I told you I love this electric screwdriver. It is my best friend when I'm doing like little projects and stuff. Y'all, I had to pull out my real drill for this. And I'm just putting some extra screws just to make sure. But nothing heavy will be on this piece. So there we go. Legs are on. So I like that. So now let's decorate it and see what we... thank you so much for spending another decorating session with me. And if you made it this far in the video, thank you. You are the real MVP. So thank you so much for helping me get my living room ready for fall and without pumpkins. Can you guys believe it? And so now we have it all ready for fall, and then we'll be able to bring in the Christmas seasons and all the other seasons together that this time of year brings. Thank you so much, and I'll see you on the next video. And you know, as I always say, love your homes and love yourself. See you in the next time.